Hi.
Hey everyone, I hope you're doing fine, and in this video I'm going to show a solo full clear of the horrific vision of Orgrimmar with 4 Faceless Masks. So as usual I'll show you my tech tree, my gear, my Azerite traits, my senses, my talents, my corruption, and then I'll explain the masks I chose, and I talk a bit about what's dangerous in the horrific vision of Orgrimmar when you have a lot of masks, and then I'll show you the vision. So for my tech tree, this is the tech tree I had minus 2 points here, so I had only 1 out of 3. This is the same tech tree I had on my Horrific Vision of Stormwind 3 must clear, because I succeeded in my clear with 4 masks on the first try this week. So the only important talent is this one. When you have it up, you can bypass most mechanics, you will not lose sanity, so this is kind of important to know when you have it. My gear is this one. I actually got this OP weapon in raid just after the vision, so I did not have this one when I did the 4 mask clear. The rest of the gear I think is the same. My Azerite traits are 3 Shrouded Suffocation, because Garrote is actually an insane source of damage. 3 Shrouded Suffocation traits allow for decent single target damage, extremely good AoE damage on a low number of targets, ideally 3, and good AoE damage on more targets. I also play 1 Nothing Personal and 1 Twist the Knife for single target damage. This allows me to kill elites slightly easier, because well, this gives me more single target damage. And for the AoE damage, I have 1 Echoing Blades. When I pull a few ads, I want to have more AoE than just Garrote, so here is Echoing Blade. For my senses, I play Blood of the Enemy as a major. Someone in the comments of my last runs suggested using Purification Protocol because there are a lot of aberrations in visions. I think it could be a good idea, but I personally kind of like Blood of the Enemy. The fact that it increases critical strike damage works really well with Echoing Blades, since Echoing Blades is always a critical hit. Um, and yeah, and Blood of the Enemy is also very good with Vendetta and Toxic Blade on elite fights, so I decided to keep going with Blood of the Enemy. These minor essences I use are Memory of Lucid Dreams, Vision of Perfection, and Breath of the Dying. Memory of Lucid Dreams is really good for rogues in general. It gives a lot of energy back, so it makes your rotation a lot more smooth. Vision of Perfection is really good for visions, just like it is for dungeons. It reduces the cooldown of Vendetta to almost 1 minute and a half, so it has the same cooldown of as Blood of the Enemy, so you can use it together if you wish. And it also simply means that you have Vendetta more often, and so you will have it on more elite enemies, which is when it's important. My last minor essence is Breath of the Dying. Breath of the Dying at rank 3 is extremely good on single target, and it also reduces corruption, increases corruption resistance by 10%, by 10. And I did not want to have to deal with the eye, and I had 20 corruption, so I picked Breath of the Dying to have only 10, so I would only have Grasping Tendrils as my corruption um, approx. My corruption, talking about it, is only this belt that increases the amount of critical strike I gain by 12%, and this one that gives me critical strike sometimes. I do not like having a lot of corruption in my vision runs. This is why I play with such a low corruption amount. If you're really confident you are not going to die to a thing from beyond, or if you have really OP corruption, it might be worth it. The last thing are my talents. For my talents, I used elaborate planning for the damage, subterfuge in order to have more powerful Garrotes. It works really well with Stratification. I used Vigor because I kind of liked it in PvE. As I said in my last videos, Marked for Death might be very viable, but I didn't try in Visions. I also played Leeching Poison. Leeching Poison is a really good source of healing in Visions. You are dealing a lot of damage, and well, it keeps you alive pretty well. On this row, I used to say it doesn't matter, but someone in the comments underlined the fact that I could play Iron Warrior, which I didn't think of. I tried, and it is extremely good. Garrote Silence is 6 seconds instead of 3 when you have this talent, so you can actually silence an entire pack, and most likely you will be able to kill it before it is not silenced anymore. And even if that is the case, the damage dealt will be reduced by 15%, so this is really good. The other two talents are useless, so this means that this one is the only one that will give you some value out of it. The last two talents are Toxic Blade and Poison Bomb, just because they are so much better than the rest on these two rows. So these are the two you pick. Alright, now let's talk about the vision. The 4 masks I chose for this run were Mask of the Burned Bridge, Mask of the Pained, Mask of the Daredevil, and Mask of the Dark Imagination. Mask of the Pained makes you have 2 madness effects in each turn of the vision. Mask of the Dark Imagination has a chance to spawn a creature that will attack you when you're below 50% sanity. Mask of the Daredevil increases sanity damage taken from enemies by 400%. And Mask of the Burned Bridge spawns void zones behind you when you walk, and if you go inside you lose sanity. The reason why I chose these 4 masks is because the 5th one, Mask of the Long Night I think, is really harder than these ones, so I'd recommend only using it when you attempt to fully clear a vision with 5 masks. Of course, having 4 masks also increases all enemy damage done by 100% and all the enemy's health by 100% as well. You may have noticed that in my previous Orgrimmar runs, I always went left side first, and in this one I'm going right side first. The reason for this is that Rexxar is the hardest enemy in the vision, because he is the only one that can kill you extremely quickly if you are not prepared. For this reason, I want to kill Rexxar even faster, so I want to use Heroism during Rexxar's fight, and I also want to have Heroism during Thrall, which is why I'm going Rexxar first. So I have half a vision to clear for Heroism to go back off cooldown so I can use it again on the last boss.
My knives are ready.
I had things under control. Let's search the drag for survivors. I'll conceal any we find while you keep the enemy at bay. There's a teleporter on the other side of the park. It works. See if there's anyone here. Check the tailoring shop and orphanage for survivors. I'll keep watch.
I don't have a target.
More blocked off buildings. Check the leatherworking and engineering workshops. Careful around those explosives. This isn't good.
Your screams shall echo in the Master's halls!
So this was really poorly played of me on this boss. This boss is really easy. You should be able to dodge Void Torrent by running in circle or by using Cloak of Shadows. If you have it, I don't know why I didn't use it. So yeah, you should not proc your cheat death here. You should kill this boss without any issue. I actually thought it would cost me the run, but since I'm making this video with this run, it means that I will not fail the run.
It's too far away.
Since I don't have my cheat death anymore, I can't be greedy and I have to use an orb before doing this boss instead of trying to kill it for the plus 200 sanity. I don't want to use cooldowns on this boss, so I'm saving Vendetta, I'm saving my unused trinket, I'm saving everything because I want to kill this boss. I want to have a full sanity bar. I want to kill the next pack of I want to kill the next pack of ads, and then I want to go in front of Rexar with all my cooldowns, close to all of my sanity just in case. Vendetta, Heroism, on New Trinket, Potion, everything, and I will unload everything on Rexar to try to kill it fast. The problem with Rexar is that he summons boars, and he summons 4 of them, and they cast a spell. If this spell hits you, it removes a lot of sanity, and when you have Mask of the Daredevil, it removes almost all of your sanity. So the plan is to burn Rexar down super fast, and when the boars come in, and the first cast is about to end, you Cloak of Shadows, and then you have up until the end of Cloak of Shadows to kill Rexar.
Champions, we've been needing your help. We are just in time. My brothers and sisters in the Valley of Spirits be in danger. We got to kill that one first. driving our shaman mad with whispers from the void.
The
We
poor
need to
son of
destroy them all.
Torrent must die! The blood of the Maghar is on his hands! The Maghar refused to drink the blood of N'Zoth, and were slaughtered for their defiance. Their spirits demand vengeance!
It's too far away.
So here I think I could have killed the elite before running out of sanity, but once again I don't have my cheat death. I have 2 orbs and only half a lost zone, 1 corrupted zone and the boss to do. It looks like I will be good on sanity, so I can afford to not take any risk and use an orb right here.
It's not ready.
No! What have they done to you? Slay that monstrosity in the name of the Maghar! Nothing I do will ever bring you back.
brothers and sisters be free. But how can we ever be trusted?
So I have plenty of time because I want to engage Thrall only when Vendetta is ready, so I can line it up with Heroism. One thing to note is that Thrall, at the start of the fight, has 2 of Rex's bows with him. Since I'm a rogue, I will garrote Thrall and both Rex's boars, which will give me 6 seconds to kill the boars because they will be silenced for 6 seconds. They really need to die after this because if they manage to cast, they will remove a lot of your sanity. Once they are dead, then you focus on Thrall with your cooldowns. So in my case, it will be Vendetta, Heroism, Potion, and Toxblade, and Blood of the Enemy, of course. Alright, and that's it for the solo full clear with 4 masks. This last fight was a bit messy, I wasn't really focused and I did quite a few mistakes. My pathing was especially bad, but it worked out in the end. I will attempt 5 masks clears for Stormwind next week and for Orgrimmar in 2 weeks, but I think for Stormwind it will be much better in 3 weeks instead of next week. Anyways, I will upload these videos as soon as I have them, and for now, thanks for watching and see you next time.
Goodbye.